So in Christianity and some sects of Christianity, there's the idea, some people believe it literally, but it also makes a nice metaphor either way, that that when you die, you are not raised up immediately and judged. Once again, I don't believe in judgment and stuff, but if you do, that's fine. But in some sects, they believe that, like, at the end of time, everybody is raised from the dead at once and judged at that time on Judgment Day. And I thought, from a kind of a philosophical, metaphorical standpoint, why? Why would that be the case? Why not just judge a soul the second that they died if that was the process? And I think it's because the effects that we have on each other and on the planet, they don't finish when we die, right? There was some kind of study or something lately I read, and correct me if I'm wrong, I might have the numbers wrong, but that basically when you have an interaction with someone, that interaction affects 6 people out. So like you affect one person, and that person affects a person and affects a person. So up to 6 people, sort of like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon or something, but 6 degrees of your influence on others. And so when I think about that, it reminds me of how important what we're doing every day, really the effect that we're having, right? So metaphorically, being judged at the end of time makes sense because your full impact is not going to make sense until the end of time, or at least the end of Earth, right? And so yeah, metaphorically or literally, if that's what you believe, what a concept, right? So I think about, like, how do I apply this to my everyday life? If I'm at the store and something happens and I'm really aggravated and I take it out on one person, then they're going to feel like worse energetically and they might take it out on someone else. And so suddenly I've had a negative, rollout influence on a lot of different people. So the Dalai Lama says, I think it's the Dalai Lama? Yeah. Basically have a neutral to positive effect on the world. You don't have to be, out there saving everybody. I mean, if that's your calling, do it. But really just being the best version of yourself, or just not making stuff worse. And I think we can all do that, right? So sometimes your best random act of kindness is to just stay out of the way if you're in a bad mood, right? Anyway, I just think that the world is full of wonderful people, but on the news and stuff, I always see are the worst of the worst, when really most people are just trying to get by and do the best of the best that they can do that day. And if it's not life-shattering or life-changing for yourself or others, that's okay. Just have a neutral effect. That's all that matters. Neutral to positive. And you can say one nice thing and it can change 900 lives. You don't know. You say a nice thing to one person and they're nice to 3 people and they're nice to 3 people, and it just blows up, and your one little act of kindness has now affected hundreds or thousands of lives. That's a lot to think about, or a little to think about. It's not really that hard to apply practically, is it? I'll see you tomorrow for some more thought experiments.